Hello, I would like to make a short presentation as to how conversions are used in memoQ. As the name implies, conversions are used to convert one value into another value. Such conversions are, for example, convert currencies, convert temperatures, for example, centigrade into Fahrenheit, or convert measurements, for example, inches into centimeters. I'll show a few examples and how they are used in practice. First of all, I've had a set of conversions which I've already created. I like to delete. And you see the first problem, I can't delete, it's grayed out because this entry is marked. So to delete the existing entry, I have to unmark it, unclick the check, but make sure it's marked by double clicking, delete, and check here again, is this right one? Yes, delete. So, or as I said, conversions belong to auto translations. So click auto translation rules, create a new member, which I'll call test conversion. Okay, it's obviously empty, so we have to edit entries into it. Click edit, conversions. In memoQ, a conversion is performed as follows. You define a source unit. For in this case, it's going to be Deutsche Mark. So the value associated with the source unit is multiplied by the scale. The offset is added, whereby the offset can be 0 or negative, and this is placed in the destination field with the unit specified here affixed to it, either the front or the back, depending on the prefix or suffix, depending on whether these boxes are marked. So the first conversion is going to be from Deutsche Mark to Euro, although this currency obviously no longer exists. It's useful to show how it's done. 1 Deutsche Mark is 0.511 euros, so the scale is going to be 0.511. Sorry, this shows a small problem with the editor. The editor is fairly basic. You can't change it to change a value. I can add to the value, but to change it I have to overmark it. So 0.511. Add as a new entry. Okay, here's again the error message because the field is offset field is empty, although it's 0, it has to be specified as such. Okay, still a new entry, so it's add. Preview. memoQ provides a testing facility called preview, so by clicking preview we get our preview window where we can do testing of it. So clear the fields. We now enter the value unit, for example 2 Deutsche Mark, preview, and is converted into 1.022 euros. The two problems here, as usual, for the currency to precede the value, and normally you write you'd write this as 1.0202 cents, not 3, just with 2 decimal places rather than 3 decimal places. So close, go back here. So what we have to click these two boxes here to place the unit in front of the value, both for the source and for the destination, and scale rather than 0.10511. We want just have 2 decimal places. So to change this, we have to mark the whole thing and then overwrite it. You can't just change it. You can't go back and change it. You have to mark it 0.51. We change it, so we click the change button, go to the preview, clear the preview, put it to DM, preview. We see an error here because the source term is passed unchanged to the destination term because there is no rule for this. The rule was that the currency unit precedes the value, so it wasn't DM2. That's 2DM rather DM2. Preview. And now we get the correct value as €1.02 with 2 decimal places, so that's okay. The next conversion is going to be from inches to centimeters, or what one often writes, rather than the IN as abbreviation, we use often the double quote is often used. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, so this is the conversion factor, the scale, and the offset is 0. In this case, the unit follows the value, so we uncheck these two values. There's a new entry, so we're adding it. Go to preview, clear, and enter 5 inches. Preview, and we get 12.7 centimeters. The number of spaces between the value and the unit doesn't matter, but the number of values here, number of spaces is also passed to the target. For example, if I put 2 spaces here, preview, I get 2 spaces here as well. And these are the same rules as used by memoQ in practice. Close. Third rule is going to be converting centigrade to Fahrenheit. So the unit is centigrade, degrees centigrade. The destination is degrees Fahrenheit. The rule, the conversion rule, is the centigrade temperature is multiplied by 9, divided by 5, and 32 added to it. So the scale is going to be 9 divided by 5, and the scale is 32. Okay, it's a new entry, add. Okay, we had an error message because you cannot write the value as a fraction. It has to be written as a decimal, so it's not 9.5, it's 1.8. So it's a new entry, so we're adding it. Preview, clear, 100 degrees centigrade, 212 degrees Fahrenheit, which is correct. The last rule is going to be in the reverse direction, where we're converting Fahrenheit to centigrade, where the conversion formula is the Fahrenheit temperature is, or from the Fahrenheit temperature, 32 is subtracted, and this value is then multiplied by 5 and divided by 9. So the scaling factor is going to be 5/9, which is 0.55. And the offset is not minus 32, but minus 32 multiplied by 5 divided by 9, which is minus 17.77. So new entry, so it's going to be added. Let's do the preview. Clear. 100 degrees Fahrenheit as example. Although you can specify more than one value if you wish. Preview. And we get 37.23 degrees centigrade, which is correct. Okay, so these are 4 typical advantages, typical rules, which we can then, because we're now finished, we can click OK to save them. Although they're saved only temporarily, well, they're saved only within the memoQ environment. We'll click Edit to make sure we have actually stored them correctly. OK here, because it makes no changes, it makes no difference, but you click OK or cancel this, it's the same because we made no changes. What memoQ allows is the possibility you cannot save directly, but what you can do is export outside of the memoQ environment, which is not a bad idea, so you have a copy external copy in case something happens to your workspace. So export. So we save them into name as you request. I'd like to show something else, so I'll do it again. I would like to show the content of this thing, of this file, so I do a right click, open with Notepad, because we'll see it's an XML file. What memoQ doesn't allow is the possibility to change the order of the entries in the table, other than obviously by deleting and recreating. But what I like to do is place the temperature conversions at the front of the table, so I edit them, taking care obviously that I don't destroy the syntax. And obviously file save. Okay. I can now obviously import this again, which I shall do. Import what was just saved. Okay. I'll give this a new name. Okay, test conversion 2. Edit to see what we've added. Conversions. And you see that our manual editing has placed the temperature conversions at the front, which was what we wanted. Obviously, to use this, we have to activate it here. So, test conversion 2. Although it wouldn't matter because test conversion is the same, except that the order of the entries has changed. But this has no effect on how they are deployed. So, go to translations. I've prepared a small sample document, which I'll re-import. Okay. Go to the documents. Okay, we can see that the fields with a green background are auto translation fields, and if we see here, this is the conversion for it. Again, 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 25.5 euros, and this wasn't converted at all because I didn't use in as unit, but rather the double quote. Okay, but this shows how conversions can be used in memoQ. Thank you.